Hello, Year One. We're going to start off today by revising some of our money skills and also bringing this into the main objective for our lesson, which is all about doubling. So first of all, we'll have a look at a 2p coin. Think what the total is going to be if I have double 2p, two lots of 2p. You're right, if you said 4p. And double 10p. So we've got two lots of the same thing. Two lots of the same amount. Two lots of 10p would be 20p. This time let's look at some of our bigger coins. So when we're using the pounds and £2, we start seeing our money like this. So we've got our pound sign and showing there as £1. And here, when I let go, double £1 gives us £2. Now with money, we can also show that like this. We've now got double £2, £2 and £2 is worth the same amount even though it looks a little bit different. Double 2 is 4. Let's have a look at a different amount. So this time we've got 8p. So we can try and solve what double 8p would be. Now I think I'll do that in an order to help me. So I'm going to be building up, so I've got another 8p at this side. Now I'm going to use my number bonds here. If I was adding this up, I could put my 2p down first because I know that's going to make 10. And then I might do this next. I know adding 10 and 5 is going to be really easy. To get my 15, I'm going to say a sentence about that. Double 8p was 16p. So we can see 5 and the 5 made 10. Then we had 2, 4 and 6. So double 8p was 16p. And let's have a look at this PowerPoint so we can learn a little bit more about doubling. So this time it says this representation. That long word just means the pictures of the apples. So have a think if you think that shows doubling at the moment. No, because we've got 1 in here, but 2 in here. If we're going to make it show doubling, there'd be 2 apples and another 2 apples, double 2. And again, this isn't showing doubling. We should have 3 in each box to show there's a 3 and a 3. 2 lots of 3, double 3. Now this one does show doubling. So have a think what double 3 would be. Both hands are showing 3 fingers. Double 3 would be 6. And this time, no, this doesn't show doubling either. There should be 6 in each of the boxes. It doesn't matter if they're lined up the same, but there has to be the same amount. So this doesn't show doubling. This shows 5 and a 6. And again, this one doesn't show doubling. It makes an odd number. When we're doubling whole numbers, we'll get an even number. It's like our 2 times table. We'll build more of that in so you can see into our lessons as we learn more about doubling. So we can see here we've got double 1. So to make this doubles, we need an extra spot on the other side of the ladybird. Double 1 is our even number, 2. Double 2, if we add the extra spots, we get the next number in our 2 times table. Double 2 is 4. We can either say 2 add 2 and add them together, or we can say 2 lots of 2 is 4. So let's have a look this time at how many there are. I see a 3 and a 3 is 6 and 1 more is 7. And then double 7. So there are different ways you could do this. You could count every single one, but it would take a long time. You could think, I know this is 7, so I can go 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You could have looked for some patterns. So I can see here, there's a 4 and a 2. That makes 6. Another 4 makes 10. Another 4 makes 14. So look for clever ways of counting that aren't counting each one. And this time, 2 and 2 is 4 and 1 more is 5. Double 5. So 5 and 5, use your fingers for this one. You can see if you get a 5 and a 5, you have 10. Let's have a look at this reasoning question. If I double 4, the answer will be equal to 12 take away 6. Do we agree? So let's take apart this problem and look at the first bit. So what will I get if I double 4? So I'd use your fingers for this one. So on my fingers, you can't see them, but I've got a 4 and a 4. And I can visualise when I put those together, that gives me 8. Okay, so if I double 4, I get 8. So this time, let's think what our 12 minus 6 would be. Just going to pause this and we'll have a look. Right, so let's have a look at this. So the next bit of the question said, if it was going to be equal to 12 minus 6, we need to work this bit out. So I'm going to take away 6 from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 12 take away 6 was 6. And actually, if you know your doubles, you might think double 6 was 12. So we could have just taken away a 6. You might have been able to picture, get rid of those 2 and those 4. That left us with 6. Let's look back at the problem. So if I doubled 4, it was 8. But 12 take away 6 was 6. So no, because double 8 is 4. And this was equal to 6. Now this is one we've got to think about the missing number. Double something is 16. So it's a good idea when you've got problem solving, try and draw it out. So one thing you could do is start drawing some different dots until you reach 16. So double 8 was 16. Let's have another look at a way that we could do that. And let's have a look at that. So we know that it couldn't be double 2, because 2 2s are 4 and that's far too small. I also know the answer is bigger than 10, so we're going to need this whole tens frame. So double 5, 2 lots of 5 would be 10. Let's go all the way up to 16. So we can see here, if we're doubling 5, 6, 7, 8, we get 16. So if we have 8 and 8, so our greens and our reds, that makes 16. Right, now we decided rather than doing a worksheet today, we'd give you some practical work to do. So you're going to try and make some different doubles out of things that you've got around your house. It could be Lego bricks, it could be pasta, it could be counters, anything you've got that's kind of small in lots of different pieces, you can put together. And it's up to you how you record this. You could write on post-it notes and put them next to the things that you've made. You can send me in some pictures of some of the doubling work that you have done. You can draw diagrams and put them in your book. This is my first example. I've used the bricks. And my first one says double 3 is 6. And I've shown that with these practical resources. And I'm going to now make another one. So my next one, I need to change this now. Double 4 is 8. So try and make some larger numbers so you've explored your doubles up to 20 as well. If you'd like to, you could even explore some larger numbers. Another thing you might find useful, I'm just going to get on the board for you. If you'd like to explore some larger doubles, you could use the tens and units to help you. The tens and ones. So we've got here 11 and 11. And if I put those together, I can see double 11 was 22. So I'll put that link on your Show My Homework, so you've got that available as well. And there are also today some challenges which I'll just bring up to show you. And these are your maths reasoning problems as well. So make sure you read these carefully, and the pictures are here to help you as well. You might find drawing some of the amounts helps you to answer these. Again, I'm going to read these out for people working at home so you can be independent. So pause maybe in between each one. Double something is 12, 14 is double, and think what the missing number would be. Number 2 is a think of a number question. I think of a number, I double it, my answer was 20, what was my number? I have 5 stickers, my friend has double the amount that I have. You have to read this bit carefully. How many do we have all together? Try and draw some of the amounts on the sheet. Mo collects some shells. Sarah collects double the amount. Altogether they have 9 shells. How many did Mo collect? So maybe try and draw some of these, a bit like we did with the tens frame. Sarah collects double the amount from Mo, but altogether they have 9. So think how many she collected. And this is another tricky one. I think of a number, I double it and add 2. My answer is 10. What was my number?